Hello, everyone. This is Southpaw Hare, and I'm joined by my buddy Animus. Say hello.
Hi, hello.
And we are going to be doing some commentating on this match of Solo Showdown. Uh, 1 second.
Yeah, this is to get into top 8 for losers. Winner of this will face Merciful Fate Zane. On the other side of losers, we have Wampudi Grey and Nemesis Grave. The winner will face Lum.
So the funny thing about this is, if I'm not mistaken, this is Raziek's own tournament. He invented the Solo Showdown.
Yeah,
So I guess no huge surprise that he has done so well in his own tournament. He's very consistent in all of these big events that he's been playing in.
yeah, and he's very good with Zane. He doesn't rely on counter picking that much, which is the main difference between this format and regular formats.
But I've also heard a lot about FraaOrolo's Argagarg recently, also.
Yeah, he's one of the character specialists.
What I've heard is that he plays Argagarg even more defensively than the typical Argagarg. Like
Yeah,
he,
most Argagargs believe that you should basically only block with Ace, and you should play a very attack throw heavy range otherwise. FraaOrolo believes in the normal block.
yeah. I mean, I've always been under the impression of the same thing of like what typical people do with Argagarg is like alternate attack block pretty much. Like you got to throw out those flying fishes and stuff. But he's not afraid to just block all day, it seems, and it's really
Yeah,
effective.
he blocks more than most.
Of course, we're not seeing that here on the first turn. We have the normal poke to take out the Raziek 5, which Raz is also not afraid to just play throw like whenever like 5 throw. He is not he's not afraid to use that. It
Oh,
seems
and it's a good tool against Argagarg.
it is. I mean, it's exactly what you would do to take out somebody who's blocking too much.
Gets dodged. I know FraaOrolo believes that this matchup is not very good for Argagarg, and the main reason for that is that Zane is basically a grappler that also has constant access to dodges.
Yeah, that's that's been for people who aren't familiar with all the memes of the Yomi community, so to speak. A lot of people have been joking that Zane is a grappler and is in fact more of a grappler than Midori, just because of that 5 and such. Yep, gets the mix
So
up.
that's an interesting. Okay, he had protective ward. But why would you outblock and not with Ace?
I wasn't paying attention. Does he have Ace? Is that known?
Apparently not.
Hmm. So we're probably going to be seeing a lot of the decision in this game on Raziek's part of whether to go even or odd. Um, what do you think is behind the decision process of that?
I mean, even attacks are like. So the main thing with Zane's mix-up normals is he has more odds than evens, and his odds do more damage.
Yep,
But Argagarg has
has Ace
he has
block.
Ace block, which is an odd, and has a much higher payoff than his even blocks. So Raziek would ideally want to attack with evens more than odds, but the only even normal he really wants to play is the 6.
Right,
Like
because
Chew is okay, but he would rather use that in neutral, I think.
by the way, over the last few turns, we've actually been seeing quite a few special pokes from Argagarg, and they've been definitely been landing.
Yeah, especially the Q. It's important because it beats the Chew attack.
Yeah, 2.2 speed versus 2.3 speed. But Raziek using an 8 throw, signifying that he's out of his throws that are unbeatable, but he still wants to do it anyway.
I mean, I think that's okay. Like, it's very rare that he will throw with the 7. I mean, FraaOrolo. Because he wants to use that for the ability.
Right. Okay. Successfully diffuses the even mix-up that time, which was it was an even in both cases, but yeah. We saw the if I'm not mistaken, we saw the 1-9 that was played so far in a combo actually.
Thanks, shenanigans.
Hmm. CPAT getting hype for this.
Okay, he has the ace.
Right, at least he does now. That could have been fairly recent.
Yeah, I mean, it's about a little under 50% that he will have ace right now. And
I heard a statistic that it's actually around 50% that you will draw any given rank of card in your opening hand. Is that right?
well, in your opening hand, unless it's a joker, it's about a little under 50, if I'm not
Like
mistaken.
45 or something?
Yeah, and for joker, it's like 25, 24.
Okay. Okay, ignores the shenanigans cards and goes right for the knockdown.
I mean, Crash Bomb is very good.
Oh yeah.
And you're not gonna be using it in neutral as much because Argagarg has a counter,
Right.
so you can rely on it to beat attacks.
Yeah, so that's pretty much use it as like a dodge follow-up pretty much, almost exclusively.
Yeah, and he has another Protective Ward. Protective Ward is very good against Zane.
Right,
Most
makes
of his
sense.
damage comes from combos.
Yeah, Zane relies on getting that, 4 combo point combo with the knockdown. Like that's his dream thing. Like if he could get that every combat, he would be in
9Q,
good shape.
9J. Okay, he definitely wants to improve his hand. I would. Why would Raziek play the 9 in neutral? Oh, that's why.
I think, I guess they were talking about the other way around.
I mean, this is the first throw we've seen from Argagarg. A lot of new Arg players get kinda scared of throwing. They play almost exclusively A/B range.
I mean, it's he's one of the characters where it's technically possible to win just doing nothing but that. So,
Yeah, I mean, but
but
that loses to dodge all day.
yeah, I mean, it's not necessarily a good idea to not throw as Argagarg, but it's one of those things. It's technically possible. Like you never actually are required to throw at any point.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
it's just a question of when do you try to sneak one in, I guess.
oh, that's a nice 5.
Yeah.
So the speed isn't as relevant here because Zane is gonna be mostly playing throw/dodge, except for the occasional chew attack. This fork, this is best of 7.
I don't actually know.
I think it is. I wonder if Raziek has the 4th K. Oh, I'm sorry, he only used chew. But yeah, he really wants to dodge into K here. If that's why he dodged.
Very nice. I was wondering if you're gonna see.
I think that's a Joker. Oh, loses the K.
The odds are good that Argagarg has a Joker, and
Oh
he
no.
does not.
Oh, now he's in danger. If he had a Joker, his chances of winning would be like, I'd say 80% or something. Because he could block all day and Joker, the throw, and then Protective Ward and block more. Oh my god.
So that answers our question. The big Argagarg question, I think, like which is the decision of like what kind of style Arg you play is when do you throw and how often. And it looks
Yeah,
like
and that was a pretty good time to throw because he powered up for aces, so he's threatening Blowfish, and he saw that Raziek was playing kinda conservative for the last few turns.
Raziek. Everyone's like counterpick.
And Fra hates Gloria.
So just for everyone who doesn't know, they have to play these two characters. They can't switch at all. They actually are locked in for the entirety of the tournament. So they've been playing these characters the whole time up until how many players were there to start with? Do you still have the bracket open?
A lot. Let me see.
I think it was pretty big turnout, like somewhere between 32 and 64, probably. Do we have a desync here or like a disconnect?
Well, I lost my count, but it's a lot of players.
So apparently Raziek lagged in the middle of his combo, so we have dropped combos. Oh no, I don't think that's what he wanted.
Yeah, that's a pretty bad combo. You really want to use the 9 as an attack.
Oh man, you don't normally associate turn-based games with with dropped combos, but I guess it happens. It's unfortunate that they have to go with that. Like I don't even think like either player would have a problem with allowing Raz to fix his mistake, if they were playing in person, but they don't
I
have a
mean,
choice.
this game has an undo button, but half of the time doesn't even work.
Yeah, the problem is certain actions can't be undone, and then it doesn't have like a stack. It just has one that you can only undo one thing maximum.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of suboptimal, I guess.
Yeah, not really enough. Could like if like you'd want to like maybe undo an entire combo. Like if you have 6 combo points and you play 3 cards and then you want to undo the last 2 and then yeah,
Oh, the troll knockdown.
that is a
That,
an uncommon
that's
but
a play I
very
like.
viable trick.
I mean, I really like this play because the probability of ace-ace is very small, and I don't think Fra is very willing to attack with non-ace-ace here. I mean, it's a trick that you do like once or twice to get in the opponent's head, and then you can media attack them to oblivion.
Okay, so Fra gets the ace but doesn't get the damage.
Yeah, he missed out on like 9 damage. It's not that bad.
It's not that bad. It's one flying fish poke or whatever.
But the bigger issue is that Raziek drew 2 cards. And that is potentially dangerous.
Yes.
Like, what if those cards are 9J?
Even if they aren't, they're going to come up eventually because of shenanigans. That's a pretty decent shenanigans. Take the 7 damage.
Yeah, QJ?
Q9.
Q9, okay.
Yeah.
See, I knew that he had one of those. That's a read.
Yeah, it's pretty much said that anytime shoulder ram comes up in shenanigans, it's like, oh, love the free
It's a
damage.
good thing.
Yep.
Especially on attack starters.
So we are seeing Fra play against what we were saying he would play like at the start of this. He's actually poking with normal attacks quite a lot. And
Yeah, I mean, against a grappler, you need to attack a lot more than usual.
against a grappler, there you go again. I mean, fair enough. Zane might as well be a grappler.
I mean, he functionally is in a lot of matchups. He has two dominant throws and... Yeah, but Fra has a very steep comeback to make. He can die in one combat if it's a throw or an attack, or two combats if it's dodges. And he doesn't do that much damage.
I mean, I don't think this is actually that steep. I mean, 30 life is... I mean...
Yeah, but he's doing like 10 to 15 damage per combat win.
Well, I guess the real question is, how much do we think Raziek is running out of ammo? So Zane dodge can't do too much. Well,
Unless it's a K.
yeah, he can do possibly 9 or 10. And he's got the 10. Well, he's got 0, just the knockdown in this case.
Yeah, that's pretty good. But you have to deal with medias now. Or not.
Which he will...
The protective ward is very good here.
He's using that consistently to deal with the knockdown situation.
Yeah, I mean, what's Zane gonna do if he can combo you?
Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's 6 damage, but Fra didn't die. And that's what's important. Like, previously he was dead to one attack or throw or two dodges. That still remains the case, regardless of that 6 damage.
Throws the bubble shield.
No.
Yeah,
His
Raz
maybe
basically is playing like a grappler. As a matter of fact, I think he's throwing a lot more than I see most grapplers throw. He is... You can't
He's
scare
using-
him off of it.
He's using very few attacks, just mostly throw and dodge. And that's understandable because Bubble Shield is scary. Like, with that life lead that he had, the worst thing that could happen is he hits a Bubble Shield and then doesn't win combat for like forever. And his life just fades away.
Yeah, I mean, that's
Worst case scenario, right?
both of these players are very big on having the right music for their game.
Oh, I see that Fra has better tasting music than Raziek.
What was his choice?
Shadow of the Colossus OST counterattack.
I'm not familiar with the individual tracks from that, but sure. And look at this, first turn bubble shield.
Yeah, that's why you should Bubble Shield even against people that don't attack much.
Well,
It's very high payoff.
yeah, it's one of those things where the payoff is so high, so you just throw it out there. Like, I think that's the
I mean,
case.
the chew is a good move from Raziek's because Like
Well,
50% of the time he doesn't have an ace,
yeah, I
and
mean,
even if he does, it might
similar
undercut an attack.
similar situation with the two. I mean, it's one of those things that it beats most things, so you just sort of throw it out there. Okay, the bubble
Okay, so he
shields.
loses in one turn.
Wow, that was easy come, easy go, I suppose. Now, does he have a second ace? It's possible.
Yeah, it sucks so much when you lose the bubble shield in one combat.
So it might be a little. Yeah, that is. Well, not the best shenanigans, but do you think this is the start of Raz showing that he's making an adaptation, changing his range pretty dramatically? Because
I mean,
that was an early dodge, so it's early to tell, but
the tank throw,
that's saying something, yeah.
and gets a J. Yeah, I think that, I mean, we haven't seen too many combats in this game, but Raziek is kind of known for the range shift, right?
Yeah,
He wrote a guide on it.
People make that joke calling him Doctor Raziek, like he has the
PhD
yeah,
in range
the
shifting.
PhD in determining ranges, yeah. Um, so they had a pretty clear range in the past two games. And do you think that this is the start of a major shift, or is it just sort of a bluff and he's going to go back to throwing like this?
I think that Raziek caught on to the fact that Fra is very unlikely to attack here. Like, as I said, he's probably only thinking of attacking with AA. So he might have changed his mind because of the throws. That's why Zane is scary. If you don't have a consistent, like, reversal,
Ooh, lands it.
oh my god.
I think Fra is basically out of good blocks at this point.
I mean, he has to use an even a lot of times, even if he has Bubble Shield. It's just really unfortunate that he lost to the 9 on that turn that he chose to do so.
Well, 9 is the most common odd that Raz would play. I mean, more common than 7, and way
Yeah,
more common
because
than
7 is a
3.
throw. And has Raziek lost combat this game?
To Bubble Shield.
Oh yeah,
That's it, I think.
that did 2 damage.
Oh, those relevant speeds.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. And he has been getting pretty good shenanigans. He hasn't done the typical, like, dodging to 4 Joker shenanigan.
Oh man, that 2 life, that's not looking good.
Or when you throw and you pull 2 kings.
I mean, oh jeez. Yeah,
Yeah, he
no
went for
hope.
the 5th.
No hope. Just bomb him.
So he could have beat it with an attack plus the counter.
Oh yeah, because that 10 is the counter. Yeah, so he did have one.
I don't know why he chose to throw that turn though. I mean, I guess you have to do it sometimes, but Raziek had very little reason to dodge.
I think we have more people rooting for Fra than we do Raziek. Because I
I mean,
guess
Raziek is Illuminati heel,
yeah,
as
he's clearly the
as
villain here. I mean,
yeah. And FraaOrolo is like face, whatever that means.
I'm sorry, what was that?
He's supposedly the face of one of the faces of this game.
Oh, well, that could have two meanings. It could mean that he's just, the most, famous, prominent figure that people associate with it with the community, or it could also, in like wrestling terms, mean that he's actually like the good guy or the protagonist.
Yeah,
But which is the opposite of the heel
apparently,
being the villain.
apparently a lot of Yomi players watch wrestling or are familiar with it.
Oh yeah, I watch his channel too. He's pretty funny most of the time, actually.
I mean, I can't even watch it, like, even if I wanted to.
What do you mean?
I mean, it doesn't go on Brazilian TV,
Well, I mean,
but I mean, I guess I could watch it on YouTube,
yeah, that's what I mean.
but I'm lazy. More important though, that is that Fra has two aces, and Raziek doesn't bite.
That that is a super risky throw that Fraud tried to do there. What do you think that he was reading there?
I mean, he powered up for aces, so he thought that Raziek would try to dodge the aces. But the six attack is also very good because it loses to AA, but it beats the ace block and it beats, you know, trying to throw the dodge.
I mean, as we've discussed, Argagarg throw is, pretty low value. You don't have to necessarily do it at all, and you pick your times wisely. I would be extremely reluctant to throw when knocked down against Zane. Like that makes it even worse. Because you can just block, really.
Yeah, I mean, I sometimes go for the just block instead of throw when you think they're gonna dodge. But like Fry is one of those people that I guess he relies on reading, and that can be a double-edged sword.
Oh, that
Yo,
shenanigans.
good shenanigans.
Yeah. It's very amusing that Zane has a couple of cards in his deck that you just literally are completely useless when flipped on shenanigans. They do nothing but act as a waste.
Yeah, I mean that's I guess kind of the flavor of saying is that he's supposed to be a high variance character.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh,
it kind
jeez,
of
he gets
makes sense.
another 4. Well, that's all the
Like yeah,
fours,
unless
right?
he has a K or a J in his hand, this dodge is gonna be low value.
Oh, it's
He does
it's
have a K though.
it's actually not the last 4 because the 1/4 that he got countered gets put on the bottom of his deck. So we're actually
Yeah.
not. That's not going to get milled anytime this game, more than likely.
Yeah, the ace ace.
Reaction
I
blowfish
believe one
spikes.
of the aces was known, the other was hidden, if I recall correctly. The Chu attack shows that he doesn't have a 6, obviously, but he still has Chus in his deck, so losing the Chu isn't like the worst.
Have we Oh, nice.
See, another Chu?
Have we seen Raziek do any blocking? Oh, there goes the joking. Well, the Joker. Um, I think in all of the cases where Raziek has played block or dodge, it's actually always been a dodge. Is that right? Don't think I've seen a block.
No, he's blocked a few times.
Must have missed it.
He blocked a few times, like early game, and one time when Fra played Protective Ward.
Okay, gotcha. Because I know that he's a big proponent of Zane has to block. A lot of people.
Block today, win tomorrow.
Yeah,
Raziek 2015.
because a lot of people make the claim, oh, Zane doesn't have to block, and Raz is like, I know Zane and he totally does.
Zane not blocking works very well when you're always pulling like 9 or J for shenanigans. And when you play Zane for the first time or second time, when you're a new Zane player, that's always gonna happen.
We're seeing a lot of dodges here, though.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
Fry isn't throwing very much in neutral,
the
and
hit.
Raziek is very willing to just dodge all day against people that don't throw him enough.
Mm-hmm. That's an unfortunate amount of damage, though. Kind of wondering if he had another crash bomb, but I guess not. Yeah, I've heard a lot of
Raziek,
talk about oh Jesus, that's that. I've heard talk about like Raziek takes the policy very serious of like do something until the opponent proves that they're willing to make you stop.
I mean, I've seen him do that like maybe 3 times. It's mainly when people show that they don't like throwing Zane, and he starts playing dodge like 90%, and he loses. That's why Argagarg needs to throw. Like, if he's just playing block versus and attack, he's gonna lose to that dodge heavy range.
Music change again. What do we got this time?
Because you're doing like 2 damage. I don't know what this is. Dot hack slash extra.
Okay. Yeah.
It looks like an anime.
Oh yeah. You've never heard of dot hack before? It's
No.
it's an anime about people in like a virtual MMO RPG like world basically. So like it's like a game within a show. It's pretty interesting, and they made a lot of video games and stuff about it. So then you get video games of a show of a video game. It's kind of surreal.
I mean, do you know of I Wanna Be the Guy?
Oh sure.
It's based on a movie.
Well, that's just a joking subtitle that they put in there, but yeah, the movie, the game. That was that joke's based off of Street Fighter, the movie, the game, which was a real thing, by the way.
Was it? I
Yeah.
never heard of that. I've heard of Street Fighter 2010.
Oh yeah, that too. I'm pretty sure this was Street Fighter, if I'm not mistaken. Basically, yeah, they made like a live action Street Fighter movie, and then they made a Street Fighter video game based off of the movie with like live actor graphics, sort of like Mortal Kombat. So it was a Street Fighter game based off of the movie, which was based off of the older Street Fighter games.
And that's really bizarre.
Yeah, it didn't sell well at all. It was pretty terrible, which is why you've probably never heard of it.
And Raziek has blocked a few times this game.
Mm-hmm.
I hope Fra starts throwing a bit more.
Well, I mean, I would trust his opinion as an Argagarg expert on when to throw as Argagarg, because like we're saying,
I mean,
that's a big thing to know as an Arg player.
throwing is very scary here, but Raziek has shown that he's willing to dodge a lot. He's playing like
Exactly so.
dodge 80% and throw 19%.
And an occasional block, apparently. Raz might be out of dodges. How many has he used so far? Let me see.
No, 3.
3. Well, I think the 5 was used as a throw.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, you get an error somewhere?
Oh no, that's Facebook.
Oh, gotcha. Throw again. 5 throw. Yeah, this is pretty much just a dodge throw range at this point.
Yeah. At least he lost a Joker. Oh, he had the aces though. You know what's the sickest thing you can do with Zane? Is you have 3 aces in hand, then you dodge,
Yeah.
and you pull the 4th.
Yeah. People call that shenanigarchy.
I did that once to like someone at 51 life, and I hit it, and then I lost the game.
that that's just unfortunate. That's not the likely result of that. I almost pulled it off against somebody once, but I don't think I ever actually have. Like I've been in the position to do it, but just it's not likely. I mean, you can set yourself up for it because Zane's one of those characters where you can bluff having the fourth ace because, he has a 2 ace side and a 4 ace side. So if you power up for 3 aces, it's that bluff of, hey, sorry about that.
Did your internet die?
Yeah, for like 20 seconds. I'm not sure what happened. And
Okay,
while I
it
was
keeps
gone, it's over. It actually looks like a pretty anti-climax last combo there. Like there's nothing big there. Pretty much Raz just landed a 2 and then pummeled him.
Yeah, I mean, Zane combos aren't always pretty.
Yeah, I mean, it's assumed if you land a 2, you're going to be able to just get a combo out of something.
I hate when people do combos the ugly way.
What do you mean?
Like with Gloria, when you throw someone and you have like a 6 and a J, you need to do 6J. If you do J6, that's really ugly.
I see.
And with Satsuki too, like you put the normal before the K after like a throw or a Q.
Wait, so you're saying... So what does that matter? You're talking about, like, you land a Nimpo flash as Sasuke, then
Yeah.
what does the order matter for that?
Well, it doesn't matter like mechanically, but it's about the aesthetics, you know?
Oh, I see. So you would rather have Nimpo flash into 6 into some sort of special move.
Like you would do Nimpo Flash into 6 into K rather than Nimpo Flash into K into 6.
I see, because the 6 just looks kind of silly on the end there.
Yeah.
Because the other ones have like special animations with portraits and stuff, and then the 6 is
Unless
just
you're
like...
like Eager or Geiger, like doing a bunch of specials, aces, and then a random 6 at the end.
I've done that.
Like
That's...
just imagine you comboing someone with like supers and stuff, and then they don't die, and you hit them with a random jab and they die.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I do that sometimes just because it's like I don't have time to do math, so I'm like, oh, just throw it on there at the end. Anyway, it looks like Raziek has successfully made top 8 of his own tournament. So
Yeah.
that's a win for him.
And now he faces Merciful Fate, who is also playing Zane.
Oh, is he?
And Raziek has like a 70% win rate in that matchup, if I recall correctly.
7-3 match 7-3 matchup on the mirror match.
Yeah, I mean, it's Raziek favor.
All right, I look forward to seeing that one as well.
I don't know, but Zane Mirrors is a dumb matchup.
It really is, because it really comes down to whoever gets that first knockdown, pretty much.
Yeah, and then, like, you could argue that it has interesting dynamics because you can try to block a crash bomb or, like, 6 attack the throw, but in reality, you just have 9 play 9, and the other guys just have K play K.
Right. It's because of the fact that Zane is lacking an option entirely, which is even block. It becomes a little like more brainless, I guess.
I mean, and it's one of the only matchups where not having an odd block, like, it makes a difference in all the matchups, but in this one, it makes a huge difference.
Fair enough.
And against Vendetta, who can infinite combo you.
Well, I'm going to stop the recording here. So
Okay. I thought you
goodbye.
had already stopped.
No, goodbye to all the viewers. Thanks for watching.